Can you materialize her into a maniac that goes around the beach killing?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if this is the first time you're here. I hope you enjoyed the video and want to explore more and maybe subscribe. So this is an awesome video where I'm going to show you some things I've bought recently. So it's a book haul, and I don't do as many of those as I used to because I'm trying to curtail my buying, so I don't buy as many. But also I've been thinking it might be quite a nice idea just to tag a few books on the end of monthly wrap-ups, that kind of thing. So I'm doing that a little bit, but it's a nice little bunch of books I wanted to show you that I've got in various places, and tell you the reason why I got them and all that sort of stuff. So to start off with, I've got 3 books that I've bought for Horror Mayhem. So I got all excited about it as soon as I did my Horror Mayhem announcement video. I just went onto eBay and started looking for other collections, and I found this one, Dark Terrors, the Glance Book of Horror. Stephen Jones has done tons and tons of editing of these anthologies, and yeah, you've got people like Ramsey Campbell, Peter Straub, Brian Lumley, Graham Masterton, Kim Newman, Richard Christian Matheson, and all sorts of people like that. And it looks really good, so I'm definitely going to read some of this in Horror Mayhem. I also specifically wanted to read in the second week the original story that the films of The Fly were based on. So I had a look to see which one to get for that, and I ordered this one, the year's greatest science fiction and fantasy, and this includes The Fly. It fits the Horror Mayhem remit, and it's in a science fiction and fantasy collection. So yeah, this is ancient, and it's got a thing where the pages come out a little bit. But it looks really cool. It's a nice condition, I think, really, because it's so ancient. But I like these little tiny books. So yeah, very pleased to have this. I'll have to look after it, but yeah, it's it's very readable. Anyway, The Fly, and then also couldn't help myself. I was still excited about getting more anthologies, and I got this one, A Book of Horror. Again, edited by Stephen Jones, and the list of people on the back, some of the same people: Ramsey Campbell, Stephen King, Richard Christian Matheson, but also Lisa Tuttle, Michael Marshall Smith, Angela Slatter, John Ajvid Lindvitz, the guy who wrote Let the Right One In. The guy who wrote Let the Right One In. He's in here as well. And Elizabeth Hand and Dennis Etchison as well. There's all sorts of people in this one. It looks really good, actually. So this is one I might even read more than the other one. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just going to delve into these books when Horror Mayhem starts. So, Book of Horrors, and then other things as far as eBay goes. I've ordered a book that's not arrived yet. But it's obviously, I could include it now because I'm not going to do another book haul video for a while. And it's a book by Damon Knight, because I want to get more of his stuff. And I did actually find this book by Damon Knight. Really, really good condition, actually. And this is an old collection of 14 short stories from the great Damon Knight. So I got this one today, actually. And in the same shop, actually not the same shop, but the same visit to the world, the same exploration of secondhand shops, I got that, but then I also got 2 books by Spider Robinson. So Spider Robinson is someone that I'm not blown away by his stuff, but I find him intriguing. He was a friend of Robert Heinlein, but he wrote lighter stuff, short stuff. And he's most famous probably for the Callahan's Cross Time Saloon stuff, which I've got a lot of those books, and I've read 1.5 of them, and I was a little bit disappointed, but I'm still intrigued. I'm intrigued by him, and it's hard to get his stuff. So when I found it, I couldn't believe it. So this is called User Friendly Welcome to a world where your wife may be inhabited by an alien symbiote, where the fabulously rich hire hitmen to be their own assassins in a bizarre conspiracy, where a brave woman must change the course of Halley's Comet on its next return to save the life of her lover, and where you can't tell the real time travelers from the friends without a program. So that's user-friendly. And then this one is called Time Pressure. Oh, it's got something in it. Time Pressure. And I think this is probably... Oh, this is a novel. A strange blue light has brought a visitor to an American commune in Nova Scotia. The visitor's name is Rachel, a beautiful woman from another civilization and another time. Her one-way mission is simple: collect data on the past of the human race. But why does she risk immortality for this mission? Why are her methods so seductive, so devastating? And will this emissary from the future destroy Earth's past? Time Pressure. This might be an interesting time travel one, actually. So yeah, Spider Robinson, the time traveling adventures of a beautiful woman. So I've got those anyway. And I also got these on the same day out. I bought Killing Town by Mickey Spillane and Max Allan Collins, and that's a rare book apparently that was reissued again. This is a Mike Hammer novel. So I have got some Mickey Spillane, but I haven't read it yet. So this is one to add to my potential TBR for some crime stuff if I'm in a crime mood. And on that note, I bought a crime book that was really interesting. So this is by an author who's not necessarily as known for crime as they are for science fiction. So a massively important author and someone I want to investigate more. So Lee Brackett, No Good from a Corpse. So this is a crime novel. The first novel, actually, her first novel. And she went on to be an influence and almost like a tutor or a mentor for Ray Bradbury, and went into Hollywood and wrote some scripts and sort of did some uncredited work on scripts as well. And she wrote some really significant science fiction books as well. But Lee Brackett, No Good from a Corpse. Interesting find. And then I bought this one, which I might have. I don't know. I've got a few of these books, but I do like them. And I just had this feeling I didn't have it, and it was quite cheap, and I couldn't resist it. So Malcolm Price has done these film noir comedy novels set in Aberystwyth, which is a small town in Wales. And I got this one for the collection. So as I said, I'm not sure if I've got this one. I've got about, this would be like the fifth one I've got, I think. And I may end up, I need to double check. I think the others are up in the loft. But anyway, I do think they're good though. So I'd love to know if anyone else has read the Aberystwyth books, because yeah, I think they're quite funny. And then I also bought a really interesting book that I can't wait to get stuck into. Franz Kafka, The Unhappiness of Being a Single Man. And it's short stories, and some of them are extremely short. And the introduction in this book says that Kafka's work often gives you the anticipation of something quite dark and potentially depressing. And he says that these books are actually quite uplifting and light and sometimes funny. So it's a different kind of Kafka. And I think that's awesome. So this goes well against the other books I've got by Kafka, which are like the classic books. So yeah, it'd be interesting to read this. So tell me if you've known about this. I love the cover as well. So yeah, Franz Kafka, The Unhappiness of Being a Single Man. It's a new book. Okay, so a couple of other things. I have this chat group with me and Dave and Olive. Dave from Dave and Olive's Book Blather. My partner in crime in the Is This Thing On podcast. I've got a chat group with him and Joe from Book Buds, and Joe absolutely loves this author, and I was persuaded just because he went to meet him and it was all very exciting, and I thought actually it's about time I got something by him. So I bought TJ Klune's House on the Carillion Sea. So I've heard a lot about this book. I've deliberately not found out about the plot. I don't really know much about the plot, so I'm going to go in blind when I read it. But people absolutely love this book, and they absolutely love him. And I don't know much about the book or the author, and I'm going in really because Joe loves it so much, and we've got this lovely friendship that's starting, and I thought it'd be nice to read it. So obviously I've heard a lot about it as well. So yeah, let me know what you think of this book. But this was part of this new set of books as well. House on the Carillion Sea, TJ Klune. I also found this really cheap, actually. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was 50p, I think. 50p, I think it was. Susanna Clarke's Piranesi. So, again, another book I've heard a lot about, but I haven't read anything by her yet. I haven't read the big one about Jonathan Carroll and Mr. Strange, I think it's called. I haven't read that yet. And I don't have it. I've almost bought it a few times because I've seen it secondhand a few times. But it's a big chunker, and I thought I'm only going to buy that when I'm going to read it, thinking about, you know, my collection, how big it is and stuff. So so anyway, I bought this, 50p. What a bargain. So I'm hoping this will be good as well. And then I was going to tell you about the results of the trip to Italy. So the family recently went to Italy. We had a lovely 4 days, 2 days in Rome, 2 days in the middle visiting family. And there's a vlog about it if you want to see that on the channel. So I talked about the whole trip. But also I bought some books. So where are they gone? So in the Colosseum, I bought Infamy, The Crimes of Ancient Rome by Jerry Toner. And this is about directly discussing some of the famous stories and myths around Rome's famous crimes, like when, you know, assassinations and stuff like that, and sort of reality of it and what actually happened. So yeah, Infamy, they've all got it. Infamy, classic Carry On line. That's clearly why they called it Infamy. But yeah, that's interesting. It's really cool that the Colosseum had a whole rack of English language books, as well as obviously Italian books. So I got that at the Colosseum. But also, there was a really cool bookshop that again had a huge selection, huge selection of English language books that was in the train station that we went in. That we used as our sort of base in Rome, the train station in Rome. And I bought We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. So this could be something I could read in Horror Mayhem. And it's English language. It's got deckled edges, actually, which is interesting because I don't have a lot of books like that. So it'd be interesting to see how I feel about that. And French flaps. And an Italian price sticker on the back. So yeah, We Have Always Lived in the Castle. Got that one. And then, I don't know if you've seen me say this before. You know that, well, you might know that I collect cartoonist stuff. And when I go to another country, I always try and buy something from my cartoonist collection. And when I go to a non-English speaking country, clearly I'm going to buy cartoonist stuff or graphic novel stuff that's not in English. But I still do it. So I don't know Italian very well. My daughter and my wife are learning Italian. My wife is half Italian and she understands Italian, doesn't speak it as well. She might be able to tell me what. She might be able to read these stories to me. But I'll just show you what I got. I got these. So we got very excited by this stall that was selling a bunch of comics and graphic novels, and I got 3 because it was like 3 for €5 or something. I selected 3, and clearly, because I don't speak the language, I was going more from the cover than anything else. But I couldn't resist it, so I got this one, Dylan Dog's story. These are all Dylan Dog stories. So I got that one, and then I got that one on an awesome picture. And then this was the best picture out of the ones I was quickly flicking through to try and pick something very quickly. I was in a bit of a rush, but yeah, I couldn't resist it, and it's obviously an Italian comic. I'm pretty sure it's an Italian character. You know, I think it's proper Italian culture there. So I got 3 Dylan dogs, but then I also wanted to get something from this this series called Tex, because they had tons and tons of them in this store, and I thought it'd be really nice, and they looked really cool. So I got this one because I can't resist the image of the devil shooting a cowboy in a western setting as if it's some sort of showdown. How cool is that picture? So just to give you a sense of the content, that's what the actual graphic novel looks like. But yeah, it's clearly all in Italian, so you know, I'm going to struggle to understand it. But there we are. This is a little bit of a weird habit I've got, and I know it's a little, I say weird. It is weird, but it's also a little bit special as well. I'm a little bit embarrassed about buying books I'm not going to read or can't read. So yeah, nice set of books though. Let me know what you think of those books, and if there's anything there that you'd like to read or have read. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay curious, everyone, and buy random books you don't think you're ever going to read.
Paint me a picture